Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, my friends. There's no time. We have to get into this. The Expanse Season 2, Episode 5, Home. This is the one that you all have told me concludes the events of the first book. I can't wait any longer. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. It's time to go. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And for the last time for Book 1, and the last time wearing this hat, away we go. Oh my God, right where we left off. What are you gonna do, Miller?
Is this something I said? Maybe now is a good time to get off this rock.
Miller, you're moving.
I mean, Eros is moving. Fast.
Excuse me.
I got some crackpot report.
Eros, the whole damn asteroid is moving under its own power.
Where?
Moving to where?
Unknown, but it's deorbiting sunward.
That's towards Earth.
Fred Johnson claimed it was an engine test, but given the Nabu's speed and trajectory, it was on a collision course with Eros, which means he's lying to us.
Oh my God, everything's going to shit.
Colonel Janus, how does a big rock like Eros suddenly turn into a ship?
Colonel Janus.
Eros is what, 7,000 trillion kilos, give or take? Its temperature's gone up 2 degrees.
Yeah, it's putting out 700,000 kilos.
Around 10 exajoules.
Wow.
You couldn't move Eros like that with a 2 gigaton blast.
No. I think we're looking at the waste heat.
People that throw rocks.
If Eros isn't spinning anymore, how can I still have gravity?
Dresden said the proto-molecule would break all the rules.
Yeah, he also said that stuff, it's not from around here, so who the heck are we to say what it's capable of?
It might have different physics. Like magic.
Shit.
Alex?
It's that damn rock. It's speeding up.
Is it going to Earth?
So, guess that rescue plan's put on hold.
Hang tight,
We're
Miller.
working on a contingency.
Okay, good. 'Cause
It's a lie.
Hammer thinks everything is an AI. I assume built by Mars?
Who else? They provoke a conventional war as a smokescreen, then hurl this thing at us.
Anything from Mars?
It's nothing but denials and confusion.
It's because they didn't do it.
Eros has changed trajectory again, and it's accelerating.
Towards you.
It's now on a direct collision course
I
with Earth.
fucking knew it. Oh my God. I fucking knew that. People that throw rocks. That is a line that is not dropped without any type of foreshadowing to it. That was, they were telling us what is going on. Miller can still blow it up. He'll blow himself up, but he can still blow it up. I don't want this for Miller at all. Woo, I'm already spun up, friends. Oh my God.
I've disarmed all the bombs on the surface. Still working on yours, Miller.
yeah, my bomb has to be special.
Disarm them all?
Looks like your attempts to keep Eros under the radar set a few snags. You call yourself a man of the system, but I'm not. Earth is my home. So whenever you're ready, I'd really appreciate it if you make a fucking appearance and rein in your goddamn science experiment!
You teamed up with him, bud.
Still not responding. Hang in there.
Thank God they got the two of them working on it.
A massive heat spike before Eros moved? What if that's the sea crystal that creepy guy was talking about? That's the engine that's moving Eros.
I have a terrible idea. If Miller can get in there close with that warhead, he could kill it. Stop Eros in its tracks.
There's only one way to find out.
What do you think, Miller?
Crawl in there and blow up the thing that ate Julie. I think it's the best bad idea I've heard all day.
We need to figure out that dead man's switch. Create a longer delay so that we can get you out of there before the bomb detonates.
I'm gonna take my pet nuke for a walk.
You guys have seen my case study. You know what I think about all this. So let's see if it plays out.
Oh, man, come on. It's just you and me now, kid. Hell.
He can't.
Latest projection, 7 to 10 billion dead. Another 10 in the aftermath of environmental disaster.
Dear God Almighty.
We have to begin evacuation.
It's an extinction event.
For planetary defenses, a massive missile launch at Eros.
The odds are good that we'll destroy it, or at least turn it into a million pebbles.
Whatever biotoxin is inside Eros, can it survive in a vacuum, or do we risk scattering it all over the system?
You're gonna scatter it.
We'll sterilize the detonation zone with a second wave of missiles.
Ready the arsenal.
Holy shit.
I'm almost to the airlock.
Oh my god. I am so spun up. I hope I can. I'm not going to be silent through this whole thing. There they are.
Alien life in the universe. And I'm riding it. Like a tick on a dog.
Hey, don't get all holding on me.
Naomi. What are the chances of getting him out of there once he plants that nuke?
None.
Hey, easy there, Chief. You do realize that docking with Arrows ain't gonna be a cakewalk, right? That's a moving target. That station so much as twitches while we're swooping in, they're gonna be sending what's left of us home in a doggy bag.
He's risking his ass down there. How about we do the same up here?
Naomi. Fucking Naomi. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely. Fucking Amos. Absolutely. Hell yeah, man. Thank God for Naomi. Take charge.
Friends are probably infected. They would have spread it if you let them get away. It was the right call.
What makes you think it's not going to do the same thing to you the second you walk in there?
He doesn't. Come on, Miller.
Remember me?
It's back.
I missed you too.
The Warlock is back. Let's see if his patron shows up. Miss Julie Mao. Oh my god. How the fuck are you gonna do this, dude?
Okay.
I mean, can you walk up with your mag boots? But that would be such pressure this way. God, that sucks. Is that like the football?
In all your years, did you imagine you'd see a moment like this?
She did.
Martian Prime Minister confirmed they won't consider our launch a preemptive strike.
You gonna stand up and tell us what you know?
Sir.
No, of course not.
Silos are open.
Oh my god, and now Miller's on there. And the Rossi's right in the... Oh my god. I gotta keep myself calm down. This is never gonna make it to air because I'll be dead. He says jokingly. Oh, Miller. Jesus God almighty. All you need to do is this thing to break and fall, and he won't be able to get to it in time. Oh, Jesus God almighty. Oh, my God. So much for staying calm. Wow. I'm going to do without hearing that beeping.
There's a body. Doesn't seem to be infected at all. That's weird.
Killed itself? Killed themselves? It's got a cart. Someone was trying to get out, and luckily they left you a luggage cart of sorts.
What was that? Naomi, I didn't catch you.
Miller, I didn't say anything.
Come on, buddy. Oh, no.
Guess it must be going the right way.
Steady on, Miller.
Can't shake the feeling I'm being watched.
That's me. I'm watching you. You're doing great.
Naomi, she's doing everything she can to keep him.
They're not alive, Miller. They're just echoes of who those people were.
No, that's not true. That's not my theory. There's no subtitles to this, so I can't tell what's going on.
You know what? I think it's leaving the dead alone.
Doesn't need the dead.
Oh, crap. Looks like I'm gonna need a minute here, guys.
Oh, you always have one. So how long can these missiles, will it take them to get? Everything takes a long time, so I'm assuming it's not going to be like... Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I have a time? Do I have a time to intercept?
We had to expect the launch was the only move.
That's it. We should pull Miller out now.
Guys, what's going on out there?
Funny you should ask. Earth just launched half her nuclear arsenal, and I'm guessing they just target locked Arrow Station.
Oh my God.
But it does mean you're gonna need to pick up the pace down there.
Oh, no tension in this episode, everybody. This is an easy peasy one. It's like a shopping episode. Dear God, everything's fast. Everything's... give me a time.
Where's Arrows?
I can't find it.
Holden. We just lost radar lock on Arrows. The whole damn station just vanished.
That means...
Psycho, it's off our radar too, but it's still right there. We have visual, it's just not reflecting radar anymore.
It's stealth. That means they can't lock it.
So if Earth's missiles can't see Arrows...
Where are they going? It's a lot of missiles to be flying around without a target. Oh my God, this guy.
Arrows is moving towards Earth. On its own.
What can this guy tell us?
What can you tell me about that?
Here we go.
The flower is unfolding. It's becoming...
Explain that shit.
UN Security Council. I have been monitoring this incredible situation on Arrows and believe I have a solution.
What's that?
The OPA has a ship in visual range of Arrows that can use its laser guidance system to paint the target for your missiles. But given the signal delay to Earth, my technicians would need to steer the missiles in. I understand the gravity of the request, but need a response before the window of opportunity closes.
You're giving him half of your missiles.
We'll have to take Fred Johnson's word for it.
Or I could talk to the captain of this ship directly.
Oh my God.
Be relayed through Tycho Station.
Open a channel.
Holden, she knows Holden.
These things are starting to take a real liking to me. When I get inside this suit, I don't have to worry about Earth nukes.
Doing good. Think happy thoughts.
The lies that she's spinning to keep his mood up. Worried about people that throw rocks. I've been worried about that too.
Miller!
Repeat, Rossi. Repeat.
Miller, it was bound to happen, but you're on your own.
Well, I just keep following the heat, I guess.
You work best on your own, buddy.
Come in.
Just let him cook. Let him...
Can't take the razor back.
He's not alive. We're not alive.
It's Julie. It's his patron.
Madam Avasarala, I'm James Holden, captain of the Rocinante. I've seen firsthand the hell that's going on inside Arrows, and it mustn't be allowed to reach Earth. Fred Johnson is honorable. Give him access to your missiles and my crew and I will guide them in. There's no time to bargain. We can only choose to trust each other.
We can't trust this man.
He's the only one you can trust.
He's neck deep in everything that's happening. He's Fred Johnson's puppet.
He's no one's puppet.
Give them the guidance control of the missiles, Mr. Secretary. I vouch for James Holden. We can trust him.
What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls the butterfly.
What a line. What a line. Metamorphosis, implications, the becoming.
Miller!
Hey, trying to blow my eardrums?
Listen, you need to move your ass in there.
You know, there was a time, not too long ago, I would have been voting for Arrows over those missiles.
I know what you mean, Beltalowda.
Beltalowda.
Move.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
150 live thermonuclear missiles under your control. I believe that makes you the most powerful man in the system right now. Eros is accelerating again. It's surging.
I'm starting to think Arrows doesn't like being followed or having things pointed at it.
Alex?
I mean, you want to go flat out, the Rossi can handle it, but you gotta understand, you burn like that, at some point, we're not gonna be around to enjoy the ride. Eventually, one of those little blood vessels in your brain's gonna go pop.
The Rossi will stay with you on autopilot as long as it takes.
You're keeping the welcome mat out for a couple hundred nuclear missiles, huh?
That's the situation, so beat us to it, Miller, and we can all go home.
They're gonna kill themselves.
Good bottle of Ganymede gin. Whoever doesn't stop Arrows is buying.
All right, you're on.
In other news, I think I'm getting close to the hot zone in Naomi's.
Excuse me?
Seed crystal.
Right.
Oh, shit.
I caught that now.
You gotta call it. Chase or cut bait?
Chase. What's Holden gonna say? Strap in, juice up, get ready.
Captain?
Strap in, prep to max speed.
You got it. All clear!
Get ready to juice.
All right, cowboys. And cowgirl. Here comes
the juice, baby. Come on!
The ship is ramping to a 15G burn to match speed with the target. It will auto-lock on Eros for the missiles. Survivability of the crew is questionable beyond this point.
They're going to stay with Eros.
They're gonna kill themselves for you all.
Kills them.
Motherfuckers don't deserve it.
Your evac shuttle is ready. There's nothing left to do here. The Secretary General and most of the others are already gone.
She's staying.
Arjun,
How are you holding up?
acid stomach and ravenous
Assume
for a
they'll be
big,
evacuating
thick
you here
steak.
to Luna, I'm sorry I spoke over you. This damn delay.
Arjun, I need to stay here. I can't let...
Yes, I expected you'd say that.
No.
Yes, I...
Wait.
No. I've been rehearsing this moment for years, but now that it's here, I'm lost.
How do you say goodbye to the person you love? I mean...
Just know I want to be there with you and help you with that sad little garden.
How is she not leading Earth?
Why did I marry such a great woman?
You got very lucky, didn't you?
Oh my God. This fucking show, man. Holy shit. What acting. Unreal acting. Cotillard, get out of here, bud. She's not leaving. Save yourself, man. It's all on the shoulders of this Wellwalla. Is that a hand? They're rebuilding them. They're rebuilding the people.
Can't take the Razorback.
It's Julie. The Razorback's her ship, right? She had the outfit for it. How are they going to get in there and get him? There is no way that that's happening.
Sorry about this, guys.
Oh my God.
Gotcha.
Jesus, Alex.
Can't take the Razorback.
Razorback.
You know who that is.
Catch me if you can. And it's gone, gone, gone.
Miller, she's trying to help you.
Whatever it is makes us human. It's eating it, spitting it back out in some other configuration.
It's that transporter I was talking about in my case files.
It's leading us right back to the Blue Falcon.
To Julie.
These voices are getting louder. The closer I get to that. Okay.
Holden's like, dude, whatever.
I'm not talking about her body. I mean, her consciousness. I'm talking about a part of her.
I got some things right, friends.
Rock. Jesus. Everything happening here is all built around Julie.
First infected, patient 0.
Protomolecule infected her. What if she infected the protomolecule back?
Hybrid.
I think she's controlling this whole thing. She's the seed crystal.
Oh my God.
Stop chasing arrows! I can't do that! Tap the brakes then, asshole! Alex, tap the brakes, but do not lose visual. Jesus Christ.
Dear God.
It's gonna defend itself. And my money ain't on you. I can't do that. We'll lose it for good.
Forget the goddamn missiles.
They weren't going to work anyway.
Boss, I'm losing visual.
Your crew is gonna die for nothing.
Just back off now.
What? I'll try to reach Julie. If there's any part of her still left.
You're linked. How? How are you linked? That fucking bird, man, but...
Look, we got one shot here.
It's up to you, Miller.
You don't back off. We don't even have that.
It's up to Miller.
Alex, power down.
Yes, sir.
It's all on you now, Miller.
Oh my God.
They've cut their speed. The Rossi's targeting laser is off. Eros is gone.
So what are you going to do with all the missiles, Fred? Where are we? Are we finally at the fucking Blue Falcon? God, Miller, it's up to you, buddy. Come on, buddy, you can do this. Dear God. This is the lobby, isn't it? It's like synapses.
Hey, I appreciate you inviting me and your family there, Holden. At least you thought it was worth that.
Yeah, that worked out.
What acting? What acting?
It's time to see what's what.
There it is. I'm not batting too bad, everybody, on my case study. I'm not batting too bad. Sorry for being super spun up, everybody. I'm episode 5 of season 2.
Julie?
She looks a lot better. I mean...
Need to wake up now, kid.
Is she being rebuilt? I wonder if her old body is still there. Oh my God. Come on, Julie. Come on, Julie.
Hey, we never really officially met. I'm Miller. Used to be a cop on series. I was supposed to find you.
You did, bud.
Bring you home.
Home.
This rock is headed for Earth real fast.
I dreamed that I was racing.
Race towards the sun.
Yeah, we're gonna need to stop that, Jules.
No.
Jules.
You can't take the Razorback.
This is not the Razorback.
We don't have to go to Earth, right? Why don't we go to Venus? We're headed that way anyway. Go to Venus, work continue.
Yeah, you can. Don't make him kill her. Please don't make him kill her.
Kid, I came an awful long way to find you. Because I believe in you.
Why? No.
A guy like me. Even something.
Is that what it is?
We can't go home, Julie. I'm sorry.
Be honest with her.
Hey, I need you to know. Whatever happens, wherever you go, you're not gonna do it alone.
Oh my God, what a proclamation.
Just hold this for a minute. Don't let go.
What is it?
Is she shutting it down? No, Miller. He's gonna try to go in and stop it. My God.
What happens to us now?
I don't know. We die, maybe. Or if we don't die, that'll be interesting. Whatever happens, happens to both of us.
He's in for a penny, he's in for a pound.
You belong with me.
The Warlock and his patron. It's probably not the best, but that's the way I see it. This better not be the fucking end. This is not the... Okay. Worry about people that throw rocks. Oh, he's getting his tattoos. To Miller. His cup's there. Oh, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Wow. Okay. All right. Fuck. All right. Friends, we just watched The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 5, Home. And the only thing left to do is to talk about it. Woo! Holy shit. I just clicked and clicked, my friends. We just finished watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 5, Home. And this is the conclusion of Book 1. I will be reading Book 1 immediately. What to say about this? Okay, so if you've had the opportunity to see my case study, my second case study, which deals with Season 1, episode 6 through season 2, episode 3. I made my predictions and speculations and theories for this, the end of what will be the first book. I wasn't right 100% with any of this stuff, but Julie, I got pretty close. I don't know what the after, we didn't get enough resolution as to what has happened to her to really, say whether or not how correct I am or how wrong I am, whenever it all kind of comes out in the wash. But this episode showed us a ton of things. And in these moments, like we've had the crucible, Arrow Station is a crucible, is a crucible, is a crucible. And it was during the escape, it showed us a ton of stuff about our characters. On the assault, the initial assault of the last episode, it showed us a ton, Godspeed, it showed us a ton about our characters. And here in the very last episode of the first book, Home, it showed us a ton about our characters, and all of them. This is it blanketed everyone from Aaron Wright to Christian to everybody on Earth, even the Martian Prime Minister, who we've never met. We got a little bit that they agreed that the missiles weren't a first strike, but they were not going to help. So that tells us a bit about that person. Even just a lot of revelatory information. Fred Johnson getting a moment to be the most powerful person in the system. Does not take advantage of that nefariously, takes advantage of it because of Holden. The crew of the Rossi, Miller, and Juliet Andromeda Mal. The fate of the system, of Earth, of humanity in many respects, falls upon the shoulders of our heroes. Our antagonists, as my buddy Trooper would say. Because they're not pro or anti, they're antagonists. They're just tagonists. But they showed us what metal they were made of today. Once again, in the crucibles and fires of Eros. And Miller, man, what a journey Thomas Jane has taken us on with Miller. Just an incredible display of who gives a shit. Acting, just complete non-committal, complete ambivalence to everybody's plight but himself in season 1, episode 1, to now when we have somebody with such conviction, and you can say, oh, it's for Julie, he's in love with Julie. Nope. The helmet, all that stuff, him taking that off, the excursion, the journey into hell of the Eros, finding the person that's trapped in hell. It's very Greek here, very, very Greek, going to the underworld to free somebody, exceptionally, prophetic in that respect. But doing all of that was not for Julie. Was it to potentially see Julie again? And yes, there could be some selfish connotations to that. But at the same time, this is for the survival of the human race on Earth. A planet that he has never been to, a planet that he doesn't even truly care for, other than making the quips to Holden. How could you bitch because you grew up underneath a blue sky? But he did all this. He sacrificed himself, and we know he's not dead. He's not dead. He's in the same state as Julie is, which is there's no way that the proto-molecule destroyed itself. It just owns Venus now. And that's the way I'm looking at this. It had Eros, it had Phoebe. Phoebe was destroyed. It spread a bit. We still have a little bit of it hidden in that abandoned asteroid mining area that the Rossi kind of hid it there. And then we've got Venus now is the culmination of the spread of this. Luckily, everything was contained, at least we believe so, to the point where, Eros, now Venus, and then the little sample that's off. Those are the two that we have. That's kind of the summation from my case study that, where I tracked it. But boy, oh boy, the characterization here, we got validation that our characters are who we believe them to be. Holden is a paladin through and through. Through and through, he is willing to, but we knew that. We knew that if Holden was given the chance to sacrifice himself for the betterment of humanity, of Earth, whomever, he was going to do it. What we didn't know is Alex and Naomi and Amos would also do it without complaint. Were there if we do this, this is going to happen, just to kind of make, we follow them, like Alex said, I can only go so fast before a little blood vessel pops in somebody's head, and that's that. Just to make sure everybody knew the stakes. It wasn't like we shouldn't do this. There was no trying to back out. There was no trying to subvert the commands that Holden was giving. There was no trying to debate. It was the crew was going in, and they were going to die in the attempt at the very least. And they were all ready. They were all ready to do so. So they are exactly who we thought they were. They are heroes of the highest order. In that, are they perfect people? No. In this moment where the greatest heroes of the galaxy, our solar system, absolutely. 100%, because they were the ones that were struggling to fight for Amos. As far as we know, Amos was in Baltimore, I think he said, but we don't know. Naomi's OPA, Holden left Earth. They have the same kind of stakes in Earth that Miller does, loose at best. That shit's loose at best for their stakes. But they were willing to do it. They were willing to do it, to die, to go the route. Amazing, amazing stuff. And now we got Julie. I speculated in my case study that 3 potentialities for Julie, and that is she's something brand new that is completely, there's nothing of Julie left. She's completely the proto-molecule's creation. That's not the case. She is 100% Julie, just in a new form. I don't believe that's the case either. Or she's a hybrid, which is Julie plus the proto-molecule, or the proto-molecule plus Julie. And that's what we have. And like I speculated in my case study, if the proto-molecule is bringing, and they mentioned a few things like this, it's subverting physics, the gravity was still present, it's making up its own rules. And when you can make up your own rules, either with technology or the subversion of the laws of nature and laws of physics, that appears to be magic. And so my speculation in my case study was that, with a TTRPG background and applying the class of Paladin to Holden so early, that helped me out, that you all directed me, and really helped me get a handle on his character. In my case study, I applied the class of Warlock to Miller, because he was seeing, at that time, he was seeing Julie. He was not necessarily getting power from her, but he was getting a loose guidance from her, which I associated with, a patron bestowing a bit of knowledge, or things that the person doesn't have, the patron provided. And that's why I was looking at Miller as a warlock. But I also said that if Julie came back and she possessed, elements of the proto-molecule, then she would be our wizard. And I'm sticking with that. I think that is absolutely in play. Miller, if he becomes what Julie is, he will also be something different, not necessarily a warlock, unless the proto-molecule's the patron and both of them are warlocks, getting off in the weeds for TTRPG stuff. But I want you to know what I'm thinking. This episode, unlike so many other season finales, even though we're in the middle of a season, which is weird, so many season finales have a moment of resolution, or they have a story beat or 3 that they like to hit. The story beat here was obviously Julie's alive. In one defined life, whatever, she's here. That was our story beat, but everything else was simply an affirmation of the progression of the characters to this point, brought on by the performances of the actors, the creation and the manipulation of dialogue and actions by the writers, and the direction of our directors, that we were able to see the progression of this story, not necessarily with the story elements, like we didn't move to a new paragraph, we didn't move to a new book. This was a wrap-up of the things that we had experienced to this point, with lingering questions, which is always the way to leave a book or a movie or a show, make sure that people want to come back for more. But we didn't have major story beats that superseded things that we already know. We could have speculated and did speculate about what this would entail. Now, you could say that the Eros actually traveling towards Earth was a surprise. It was, but that prophetic statement, back in season 1, that Christian said, I'm scared of people that throw rocks. That always stuck with me as being such a strange and odd statement. But when looking up at the night sky and saying people that throw rocks, I immediately went to the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, a terminal event, you know, an extinction level event. And, you know, that lended itself to, I wasn't that surprised when Eros was heading towards, you know, was I shocked that it, you know, came under its own power? Yes, that point, that element of it moving, that definitely, I didn't expect or see that coming. But, you know, projecting it towards Earth and not Mars or not like, you know, Ceres or something. Yes, Earth was definitely the target. It always was. That wasn't a huge surprise for me. But, you know, the elements and everything that are in play, a lot of the working parts and what we had kind of speculated about the proto molecule are kind of coming to fruition. Definitely don't have all of our I's dotted, certainly do not have all of our T's crossed, but we have an idea that is not breaking free of the theories that we had kind of put together for it. So, you know, we have this great build up and this fantastic moment for the end of this part of the story. I mean, it's you all know. You all know if you've watched the show before. Now, if you're watching with me, we both just learned. But if you've already seen the show, then you know. You know what this show is. You know what it's created. You know the emotions that it evokes. I can only say, I will make this statement, and as weak as it sounds, there's no other real way to make it, so I'm going to make a simple statement. This is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my life. Now, this is not one of the best science fiction TV shows I've ever seen in my life. This is not one of the best, you know, suspense shows I've ever seen in my life. This is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Now, for me, I always prefer now, back when I was a kid, I didn't, but I used to love movies more than any TV show. Now I prefer to have the longer format of, you know, a streamed 10 to 12 episodes, multiple seasons to really explore characters. That's more gratifying for me. And so when I say show, this really kind of encompasses a lot of movies as well, or trilogies or series or things like that. It is, I mean, I can go on and on about how incredibly it's acted and directed and written, and you all know this. So I'm not going to continue to repeat both myself and your own feelings. You don't need me to say that either. You have that feeling, and you are absolutely correct. What shocks me, and I think this is actually where I'm going to end this part here, is with this. I have one other part, but I'm going to end with this. I am pissed. I am angry. I am damn near rage-filled that this show, series, books, whatever the fuck you want to boil it down to, isn't sung from the rooftops of every single television list, absolutely every single science fiction list or top 5 or Mount Rushmore, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It is a travesty that this fucking show isn't breathed and uttered in the same breath as Star Trek and Star Wars. I mean, it deserves every bit the praise, the adoration, the awards, the love. It deserves it all. It is amazing. It has no flaws. This fucking show has no apparent flaws other than it might kill me, which is a pretty big flaw because you'll lose an audience member that loves you. But this show might take me out. And if it does, everybody, know that I went out with a grin on my face because I fucking love this show. And, you know, I have over on Patreon, people are like, hey, this guy needs to take some beta blockers. He's going to die. You're right. You know, you're absolutely right. But again, with this show, I don't want to say it's worth it because no show is worth, you know, but it's not going to stop me from watching it, you know. And it is a testament to the creative powers that show up at a table for a tabletop role-playing game. What a group imagination and a drive and a focus towards story creation can produce. This was a love for characters that were made with pen and paper and dice that translated to what you all have told me, a series of books that are amazing, written by the very players that created the game. And it became a TV show that you all have told me, because I haven't read the book yet, translates and adapts so well that while the books provide more information, as books almost always do, the general consensus that you all, non-spoilery, kind of told me is they do such a fantastic job with the adaptation that they are equally powerful. Now, if I'm wrong about that, let me know, but in a non-spoilery way if possible. With all that being said, I cannot wait to watch the rest of this show. I cannot wait to take this journey. I want to milk it for everything it's worth. I know this. I know that when I watched Firefly, and I was about 4 episodes into that fucking show, which Firefly, I love Firefly. Love it. And in many respects, I view Firefly the same way that I'm viewing The Expanse. It deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of science fiction or TV shows. It's incredibly well written, directed, acted, just like The Expanse. But when I was watching Firefly, and I knew when I started it that there were only a finite number of episodes, because I did not watch it when it first aired, it saddened me. And I thought to myself, I wish I could make this last. I wish I could make this, I could string it out for a little bit longer, or just, drip feed myself this show. And, but at the same time, you want to know these adventures. You want to know what happens to your friends. And with this show, I feel the exact same way, but I'm approaching it as an older guy. I'm approaching it differently. I'm going to love this show for as long as it's here, and as long as it's new for me. I'm going to love it. And when it's no longer new for me, I'm going to love it all the more, because this show is life-changing in the themes that it gives you, the characters that it has you invest in. It is fantastic. And you all have told me that this shit's the slowest part, that this shit's like not necessarily the weakest part, but you've told me that like it gets better. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine it. So thank you for following me on this journey and this ride, because if this is just the beginning, here comes the juice, my friends. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube with any Expanse, any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you would like that early or in its full length and intended duration, the link to the Patreon is down in the description. I am several episodes ahead of with the Expanse over there. If you don't like Patreon, join us here at YouTube Memberships. You get 24 hours early access to any and everything I put out. But my friends, all that is then and this is now. Thank you all. From the bottom of my heart, and I know this isn't a season finale, but it feels like one at the end of the book 1 here. The community has been amazing. This Expanse experience has been amazing. I feel different. I feel like I'm changed from when I started this journey, and that's because of all of you. And that's because of your love for this show is infectious. And it helps me. It guides me. It's something else. It's something else. My friends, before I say goodbye, we should say goodbye to this as well. A new start to the story. A new start to the adventures of our friends on the Rossi. A new start to some cosplay, I guess. But until we meet again, my friends, have fun in the churn. Whether you've seen the show or haven't seen the show, I don't think the churn ever ends. At least you all have taught me that. Until next time, my friends, Vulcan roll, and by God, I'll see you.